Hello. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. Wake up. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the first one. Rise from the Ashes. So we started the case, and then we had the first part of the trial. It's not looking super great for Lana, but are we good? Bullet, are we cool? It's not looking the best for Lana, but it's not completely hopeless. Edgeworth genuinely wants to find the truth, so that is helpful in its own way. But otherwise, it's a rough one out here. This is a very long case. I know I keep saying that, but it's a very long case. Also, before we get started, I just wanted to reiterate, if you would have, hi Tidra! If you have the capacity to donate to Care for Gaza or anything similar, there is a link for Care for Gaza in my bio. I don't get anything out of it, but it shouldn't matter. You should do it if you can anyway. The other thing I was gonna say is, for people who have been around a while and have heard me talk about voice acting for a long time, you will know that I really greatly admire Jodie Benson, and that I was going to be meeting her at the convention, and I did. And I got to talk to her twice, and I got to hear her sing Part of Your World, and that was life-changing, to say the least. I'm hoping I can do another stream that's not Ace Attorney, where I can just kind of like talk about it a little bit, because it was a really nice experience, and she really, all of the voices that you hear me do, they're really just inspired by her. So thank you, Jodie Benson. Anyway, okay. It's so tempting to choose these other two, but it's fine. I don't dislike this one. I just wish it were the others, because those are even better. Oh god, I gotta remember everybody's voices. Oh, okay. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister, anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. That's right, we found a muffler in the muffler. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Oh. I was like, I saw partner and my brain went to Lotta, but it's not partner. It's not Lotta, it's Ola partner. Hey King. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's not correct, it's the movement, not the color. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? Huh? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler. Yeah, they had to direct translate this to make that pun work because it's not what we would call a muffler necessarily in American English. I don't know about British English might call it that. And there's also a muff that you put your little hands into. But the mafura is scarf in Japanese. I think there's other ways to say it, but I think the most common is like mafura. What? What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns, and sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hooey! Why is he like this? Hold on, I'm gonna take my sweater off. Oh, why are we dropping frames? Because it's a Friday. Why else? This always happens. Always, always, always. I don't have any other free days. Actually, speaking of, I am gonna try streaming on Wednesdays for the next couple of weeks because I will be doing stuff on Sundays. Hi, Nim! Because, long story short, my friend's professor is an evil man. Right. Oh my god, wait a minute, that's today! Wait a minute! It's literally 2 hours ago. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Oh, he grumbling. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you think? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over, your back is bent. He's just roasting him. Get his ass. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. Hello? Seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Oh, fuck. Shit. How am I gonna do his voice? I want to make him British for no good reason. Making all the characters I dislike British. No. I will workshop him. Excuse me. Knock knock. Who's there? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you! He given the white guy smile. You know what I mean? Like, not now, but he was the, like the closed-lipped, tight smile. It's become known as the white person smile, because it is. Oh!
Sorry I'm late, Aji. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Aji? How you been? Swim much these days?
Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy? Busy smizzy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
So you're Rhino, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Oh, maybe he is fucking British. He said jolly. Jolly.
Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police.
Chief of police? ACAB.
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
Here he goes. White guy smile.
Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's worthy here. See, look at the poor fellow. Get your dog, bitch. He don't bite. Yes, he do. Oh, there it is. Me spilling water.
I'm just like Tom for real.
I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Ms. Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Ms. Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe.
I do like this spread a lot. It's very cute.
On Little Worthy's car, no less. Would not be a stream without me spilling water, for real. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth.
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation.
Also, my earbuds are just gonna keep falling out today, I see. Okay.
There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
Is this the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words?
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Comma? No? Okay.
The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
Oh no. That's crazy they don't have a water spill emoji. Blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Sure you could. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Yeah, you could. You guys are just... Men are so pathetic. Come on, just hurry up and open it. This is why I like women. This is my gay awakening. I get it now. There's a small tag on this knife.
It seems to say SL9-2.
What does that mean?
Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame.
But it's strange.
Huh? What is?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Ah! Don't scare me like that!
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood? This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife.
Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really.
Okay, I've let the water sit here long enough. I'm gonna get a paper towel. God damn it. I should just keep them nearby. So I've had this song stuck in my head all day because I looked up the choreography to it because I could only remember like half of it. And then now the song itself is in my head. It's very catchy.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department. A detective.
That's hush information, Aji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order! Order! Order!
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation.
No. A cab.
Well, Mr. Wright.
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. Why won't you take care of your people?
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Only press certain things. I hope not, because I'm gonna be silly. His dialogue is interesting.
Excuse me. Special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery.
And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler.
Do you think there is? This knife was found on the scene of the scene of our crime. I would think that that's enough. Yeah, I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife all we can, Righto.
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had you stumped all this time.
So, how were things down at the department?
Yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry, Phoenix. I want to be silly. Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You've got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand you were busy, what with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day?
I don't know.
Detective was killed. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested. That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto.
I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
We know when the victim died and we know where he was found. How was the victim killed?
Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife.
Knife?
That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean? He's already said, Phoenix.
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Time of the crime, 5:15. 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What?
Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief
oh my god.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. I'm struggling out here. How come? How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto, you understand.
Try to understand, Righto.
Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife. What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out. I'm gonna observe the stuff just in case it doesn't just automatically figure that out for me. I should have observed this already, but okay.
There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL?
Oh, it says SL92.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code, DL6. Maybe it's a case number?
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Maybe I should check the court record again. Okay. It does assume that I'm an idiot, which is fair. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Boop, 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 boo. A mistake. Turn the beat around. Flip that paper other way. Turn it upside down. Flip it around today. Love to flip it. I'm sorry. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
An honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL9-2.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s. 12-2.
Turn the beat around. Love to hear percussion. Turn it upside down.
What if he did just start singing that? If he should.
Actually, we sang that in show choir. Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? 221 SL9.
Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that's written on that knife's tag.
Ace Attorney musical. That's his like go-to at karaoke.
Order. Well, Chief.
Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto.
I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen?
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yes.
Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice! Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That's my day for the car. Hold on. Hold on. Everybody shut up for a second. Wouldn't this connect it to this crime? No. I'm a fool. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Just kidding. Whoops. Okay, wait. This knife was stolen, evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day for the department. I think we pressed this already, but I'm gonna look. Something happened to the police. Yeah, you gotta look there. Yeah, you hungry? Okay, la la la. You didn't ask. It's okay, you're busy. Well, what happened? What happened? Detective was killed at the police department. Scary, yeah, okay. It's not officially linked to this case. But it... Is it this again? Because this was found... ちょっと待って。わかんないや。Cause. Wait, who's the fucking character who says that in Danganronpa all the time? Cuz, is that Mikan? Cuz. I think it's Mikan. Anyway, no. But okay, hold on. Let me look at the first statement again. It's not officially linked to this case here. Okay. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That I have nothing I can contradict that with. There's nothing to contradict here. The show? Yeah, I think Mikan, one of the things that she would do when the things weren't actually fully voice acted is she'd be like, cuz, like, freaking out. Okay. I'm just pressing all of these again, I guess. Yeah, there's a guy, yeah, we arrested the suspect. There's a lot of questions, okay. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Oh, wait a second. I have heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. It's not the only connection, though. Logic here is bad. Alright. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we can finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked. Why? Wait, why? Ayo? Hold on. I'm so confused. What? Am I crazy? Don't answer. Don't tell me what it is. Huh? Yes, it is. I'm so confused. Hold on. He's like, this is our thing. Okay, do I press this now? What's happening? Oh my god! Okay, it's fine. That should also count. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? I will kill you. You will be cannibalized. Nem, speaking of cannibals. Did you see the link I sent you? Do you think I should get him?
Yes, right. Out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. No, it's not. It's not the only. Oh my god, you guys are also stupid. The knife was found in the knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. I'm not saying they're wrong here, I'm just saying it's dumb that it didn't count me presenting the correct evidence. What's the point? Why are you making me press more than once? See, game Game 2 and 3 do this too, where you have to go and repress things. It's so dumb. I hate that as a mechanic. I'm wagging my finger. I hate it. And also, we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
I know, Nim, he's so cute. That damn smile. He's so cute. I really want him. I think I'll end up buying him. He's really cute.
Gay people have rights. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
His little tooth. Yeah, and his smile.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet at all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure. Why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really? I would have gassed.
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Tee.
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. T won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Two of them.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2, I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
Mind Palace. It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
That's a very good line. Yeah, that's a good line. No, it's just, I got confused. And this, get his ass. And this is news.
Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
You think they kissed yet? Honest answer.
What do you guys think?
I think no.
Edgeworth's too repressed. Phoenix is too much of a coward.
The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh ho! Is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Rido. Personnel IDs are top secret.
I definitely want to, though. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right! Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Wait a second. Right. What does this...
You have to kiss me. Mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Sharp as a tack, Rido. Sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim.
We got him first.
He was killed at the 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location.
Order, order, order! Chief, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Ah!
Meekins.
Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
That's so rude, Emma.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Rido over here. Good job, Rido, my boy!
Huh? I was just doing my job. No! No! His pretty eyes. Listen, I appreciate Danny's attempt to compliment a green-eyed bitch, being a green-eyed bitch myself, but those eyes see too much. They see too much. In theory, if somebody came up to me with big green eyes like that weren't all-seeing in an omniscient sort of way that's terrifying, I would be like, oh my god, yeah, your eyes are so gorgeous. What the fuck? But that?
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You better get results this time. Really? You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court.
I don't know, maybe wrongfully committing, you know, putting people in jail and stuff like that. That might be something. Or the blackmailing, you know.
I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive.
Self-flagellation, don't worry. He's just like me for real in that no one can punish him more than he punishes himself, and that's just the way it is when you're an INTJ.
Very well. Court is adjourned.
Alright. That only took 45 minutes. We can keep going. Ooh, I will save though. Do not have to go through that slaughter again. Fill up my little water. I don't feel too bad about keeping going because I did read one of the 2 articles that I needed to read for today. Or for, not for today, but for class next week. I did read one of them earlier today. I read the longer one even. It was very interesting. It was about reflexivity, which is very slept on in research. You know, going back and saying, you know, I was wrong. Not very common. Not very common. Not common enough, we'll say that.
Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? I got my boyfriend in trouble, and we're not even dating yet? I'm fucked. The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us.
I take Emma to Science World. POV.
You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum, was it empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
My sister? Erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never.
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just... We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. I love how it's implied that he's like whispering these under his breath or thinking these things, and she like totally hears everything he's saying. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. I will dissect you.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know? You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done these tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. Oh my god, I'm a minor. Don't be mean.
We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Oh. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be not so red. A little less red.
Just test for a blood reaction. Just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the A button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains.
I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a blood stain?
It's so... Ugh.
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount of blood, I would say. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Especially there'd be two types of blood, because Lana was also injured, supposedly.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
I love you, Emma. Yeah, you're plenty worth having around. Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy, too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Skye.
We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious.
Ha? Ha.
Ha. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box.
Miss Starr.
You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. Chorizo perdón? Oh, it's day-old. I don't trust day-old sashimi. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Ms. Starr, but no, it's okay. It was my fault.
Oh, we know. Emma's like, yeah, bitch, I fucking know. It's your fault. We've been new.
I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry.
Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable.
Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor
guy stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. Hey, this girl is 16. Can you be nicer, please? I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
So, you're a detective, weren't you, Ms. Starr?
Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. She's real for that. Honestly, I was just thinking about this because I was watching a video that was 3 years old on YouTube, about to be 4, and I was like, that does feel like forever ago, huh? And it's not, actually, but sometimes, depending on the situation, 2 years can be a fucking long-ass time. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I could be your demon or your angel. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day, I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen.
Oh, and here I got someone had gotten food poisoning from their lunches.
And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... I will present something to you.
What do you think about this?
The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know.
Really?
That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Also, I'm just gonna start showing you some stuff. Can you take a look at this? You! Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it.
You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this.
We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing.
I knew it! So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite!
The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Listen, tea is never a waste of time. I just want to see what are... Okay, no. Everything else. Actually, will she say anything new about this? Because she did present it. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed toward the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes.
In other words, 5 minutes after the crime?
Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were.
The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Ms. Starr. You lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Okay, I think I can just talk to you now. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable? To who?
2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The gang's all there. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence.
So, they didn't solve it?
On the contrary,
It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence.
Oh, what? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those?
Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Marshall. Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops. I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. Hey, what's his damage? Why is he a Texas weeaboo? I don't know, and I wish I could stop him. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us.
Wait, those lunches you sell.
There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection.
So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. I wonder if this was Hamburg steaky. Hamburg steaky, yeah.
Miss Star? Officer Marshall? Is he your... are you his... Are you going out?
How do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous.
And then he got into Texas and he learned about, like, the anti-LGBTQ culture and the bigotry, and he was like, shoo! No, he's fine.
And he was nice to me too back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now, he's so cold.
Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you.
Officer Jake Marshall. Alright. Hi, Lana. Are you gonna talk to me?
Talk to me, boy.
Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning.
I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine?
How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder?
Let's come back later.
But I want to know who that suspect was. I already know. But I want to know who that suspect was. Let's go. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot.
It makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene.
Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Oh wait, anything new to say about the blue badge? So this is the police mascot, is it?
The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force.
The design's a little changed from the one outside.
Well, the Dancing Blue Badger TM is still under development, you see.
You have it trademarked?
Absolutely, it's cutting-edge stuff, very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears.
Don't show her the moving mock-up outside then. You'll give her nightmares. That's okay. I like him. A poster of a female police officer. Wait, no, that's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. Okay, is that the same as last time? What do you have to say? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used dry ice. If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. And he's so real for that. That must be the chief of detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room. Tell no one outside the police department. No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion? It's so vicious. Show me gumshoe. Show me gumshoe, please, 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 please. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all.
So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is.
She's like a kid in an amusement park.
Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
Hold on, I want to just say hi to him.
The blue badger is still writhing around today.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday.
Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel like he's going to do something naughty.
No, leave him alone. What about you guys? Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective.
You idiot! What were you thinking? Where's your head? Sir, it's right here, sir.
I guess he wasn't saluting. He was showing the detective where his head was.
They make a good pair.
I hope they invite me to the wedding. Oh. I forgot it looked like this. Oh. Rawhide. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
It sure seems that way.
Oh.
Oh.
What's wrong? Sorry, I'm looking in the background. The liquor bottles have Japanese characters on them, but I don't think that they mean anything particularly funny.
It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
It's okay, Emma, you just have to think gay. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
Well, I want to look at his stuff.
There's a security guard uniform hanging here.
It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know! A poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it.
It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being.
A poochie is so wretched.
Yipes!
What is with people saying yipes? Brandon Gay, and whoever else helped on the localization for this game, I just want to know, why yipes? Why was that what you decided on? If you ever see this, first of all, hi. Thanks for localizing the game. You guys did a great job. Second of all, why yipes? Why not cripes? Or something else? Yeesh. Yikes. Why yipes? I'm not mad. I simply would like to know. Okay.
It must be the real deal.
I would think just one big one would be sufficient.
These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually.
How so?
Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her.
I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity.
I like this little one.
This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch.
I'd say it'd be more of a yarg myself. Why is he such a loser? I love him. It won't let me look at the alcohol. Texas. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there.
Well, yeah, if we could get what's-his-face to fucking show up. Damn bitch. Oh.
Look, on the floor, a lasso.
Looks like it's set up to trap something.
A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed.
You sure have an active imagination. The evidence door is beyond that room. Wow. Wow. The way I, looked at that and was like, yeah, this is what it says. And then said it so confidently. And then it took me a second. The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Okay. Where is the guy? Is that all that I can observe in here for now? Okay, I think it is. Boo. I love how they're like, wonder who it could be. There's a nameplate here. Gumshoe? Please, 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 please. They do both have ooh in the middle. Yeah. In another context, it could have made sense, okay? This place is charged with... Excuse me. Charged with frantic energy, as always. Please.
Huh?
Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
Oh, no. I don't like telling him no. He's a good boy. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? Yeah, we saw this like 15 minutes ago, game. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect, just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. It's so rude to show it to him and be like, but it's not for you. Go buy him another one. He bought you lunch one time, At least once that we know of. Or like dinner, which is probably more expensive than one of these fucking lunchboxes. You assholes. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. You know what, he's valid.
Wait, don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He ran off to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start. That was a bad joke. Oops. Wait. There we go. I don't know why it's not an option to go straight there, but okay.
Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught their person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing.
What was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say.
Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edger? We've seen this like 18 times. I'm here at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir.
Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center?
No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir.
How? I get it. You're here to deliver a report?
No, sir.
How should I say this?
Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't. Did you?
Perpetrator Meekins! Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? What?
Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Even his, I've never really paid attention, but even his ID picture has him in that pose. That's really funny. Also his, he's got like an omamori on, like a little like protective charm. I feel so bad for him. It's not working. Oh dear. Okay. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir.
So normally there's a guard at the evidence room.
That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall?
And, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir.
Sorry. I was too busy looking. I don't think I've ever noticed his pupils are no longer perfectly, like, round. They become, like, little crescent moons. It's really weird, like an amphibian. What the heck is this guy doing?
So what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask, what happened to your hand?
Yeah, why do you have a hand injury? Like Alana. Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. Sorry, he was getting into I think I will kind of lean into that, actually. Mother. Sorry. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
another.
A bandage on his hand, just like Ms. Sky.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me as victim.
Look at his eyes. Those are so weird. I would, but you happen to be in detention. And alive and well at that.
Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So, you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or any other creature comforts.
Christ!
I don't know any detectives.
So, if he was a
total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hands, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were... Huh?
Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. Alone. Because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock! Oh, the sorrow, sir! Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared?
That's some story.
Okay. What can I show you? Well, we gotta do this. Officer Meekins, have a look at this.
Go ahead, sir. Laugh at me, sir.
Huh?
I know what you want to say. You're going to tell me how she has one just like it.
Me? Why would I? Oh,
Why would I? I know, sir. I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges.
she's like 10 years younger than me, my dude.
Nowhere. I'm alone. All alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir.
Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory.
Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir, that's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir.
He forgore, but he remember what he forgore. You mean you remember what happened?
Correct! That card was the cause of it all.
This
ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing!
I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Okay, first I do wanna... Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright.
It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Oh, oops, that's not what I wanted. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
Ew! I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it.
That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife.
He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot.
Okay, you're gonna look at this. You should ask what's your head worth. Yeah. Oops. Do you have anything to say about the blue badger? Wow. Nothing? Damn, keep hitting B too many times. You don't know anything about SL9 either. Okay, King. Oops. Do you know anything about mufflers? Tell me what you know about mufflers. You're not a muffler kind of guy.
Hey, why you know that? That's...
From the day it was taken at the prosecutor's office.
The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man. Innocent! If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up.
If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now. Can I, like, fuck with him to give him the steak? I don't want to do that, though. I'm not mean. Damn, okay. Alright. Can you tell me what it is you do remember?
Well, sir, you might say that I'm a little lost. I'm just a little guy. A lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room.
And that's why you thought he looked suspicious.
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir! That's what I've been trying to tell you!
Oh, he's making me lose my voice really fast. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto others before they do unto you. My father's words, sir. Well, what happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here.
Right.
So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you?
What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at what we know.
Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim.
And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly?
No. But the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. Meow, meow, I need more water. I'm done doing your voice. You exhaust me, my little guy. I love him, don't get me wrong. He's funny. His voice. The voice I have chosen to give him did exhaust me. Oh, hello. What?
Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the chief of detectives desk.
It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats.
under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine? I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir.
The chief of detectives looks a little flustered.
Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much?
Oh, Chief Gant reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, Worthy! Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident on Gourd Lake?
It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto?
God, jump scare. Von Karma.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What? Okay.
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detectives getting killed on their turf, too, I mean.
You know, he reminds me a little bit of like Poseidon and Hades, but less like this man, he's clearly corrupt. Right? Poseidon is like an idiot. A sexist idiot. They're being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut.
They have a similar energy. He even says swim much. We go swimming.
He was the one you were picking on earlier.
Huh? You saw that? Whoops!
I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
Do you like my badge? I was wondering, can you take a look at this?
Sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one.
The guy who can't sit still. Does he mean Detective Gumshoe?
Either him or the dancing blue badger.
Can you imagine?
I was wondering, can you take a look? Yeah. You're not gonna tell me more about the awards ceremony? Just Ace Attorney things, am I right? This phone matches your coat. Honestly, if I didn't know better, I'd be like, it's your phone. Because it matches. And that's what Ace Attorney games tell me. You give me nothing to work with. Nothing about my only partially legal luminol? Okay, well, what do you have to say?
Oh, sorry you had to see that.
What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Well, see over there. That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February.
Oh, the date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Okay, bye. I take a little sippy. Also, I do wanna... Oops. I've been playing Persona 3 Reload, and so I'm back to switching between a PS4 and a Switch controller, so I keep getting like the X and A and B and circle all mixed. Okay. Huh? P3 Reload, it's so good. It's genuinely so good. I'm not super far in it though. I'm only in June. I just got the the thing I can't pronounce. Yeah.
Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday.
Weren't you ripping on him yesterday? And I'm sure it'll be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edward's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Okay, I just wanted to say hi. Okay. Can I not go in? The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open. Yeah.
Oh wait, they said there was a recording. There's a light. Okay, it says recording. I bet we could just use this. But why not? Why can't I use it? Nande? Nande? What did I miss? Oh my goodness. Is there something I missed talking to Meekins? Okay. I think I checked everything with Meekins, right? Didn't I? Did I not check everything with you? Oh, okay. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright would ask me for help. Yeah, me neither. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate it after all. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Yes. Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, could I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. Okay, so can I borrow $50? Can I have $50? So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Just goes to show, you never know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID.
You seem happy.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Okay. Back to this for real, for real. Wait, what?
The evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
Aha! The card reader is turned off, see?
What is that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina's skies so gray?
Hello. Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? There's so many worse people it could be.
What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yee-haw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than the sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting.
Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions.
Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres.
You were busy, then?
Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. I'm gonna try anyway.
I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading a 6-shooter, I say a little prayer.
What was that all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation. Pronto. Well, here. I think I can satisfy the hunger.
That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on the television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Yeah, Ms. Starr.
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall.
All right, Bambina, you win. Ask him anything.
I won't make the eating noises. Finally, it seems like
He's willing to talk.
Alright, just don't talk with your mouth full.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it.
Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us.
Oh, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. I kept getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly.
He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take the machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak into your steak, you know.
Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
You also said that. Like, he himself also said that, Emma.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prayer fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Ms. Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
2 days ago? The day of our case?
That's right. The evidence transfers.
Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones the Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon that might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Oh, hey. So this is the ID card record.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
I also recognized it. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Well, let's talk about this first. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? Does that mean double jeopardy doesn't exist in this place? Like in this world? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. But it's not the same as the statute of limitations. It's really interesting, like, the continuity error here, because, like, they make such a big deal out of the statute of limitations with DL6. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Alright.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot? The number on this is 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. Well, what did he do?
That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me!
Sorry, I can't do his voice anymore today. If he had had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Thank you, Mr. Jake Marshall. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Well, we should first perhaps go here. Although I do want to say, what do you say about my badge, if anything? The sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing that trusted was their shooting hand.
This is neither Wild nor West here.
But that and this are 2 different things entirely.
I guess so? Huh? I'm lost.
Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Do you have anything to say about the Blue Badger? Okay. Nothing. Ooh, that's too bad. Oh yeah, do you know anything about this? Okay. Can I spray luminol on here? Just for fun. And then maybe accidentally. Would luminol short circuit these machines? because it is technically a liquid, right? So if you're wiping down, this is a legit question. Like how is this handled? Like I would love to hear theories and or if you guys have knowledge about this. If you're investigating a crime that happened over a machine or like nearby a machine and you're looking for blood and you have to like if you had to spray luminol, you wouldn't be able to do it without ruining the machine, correct? Or is there something else that can be used? I don't know anything about this. Everything I know about like luminol and shit like that, unfortunately, comes from Ace Attorney. As embarrassing as that is to say, that's all I know. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. Must be over here.
So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Oh, hey!
Eek!
Whoa! No. Did you hurt him?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend I wouldn't recommend going on smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So was it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. Okay. I mean, it isn't usually that big of a deal to get liquid on a machine unless it's the actual... I'm thinking about like laptops and keyboards, I guess. I watch Bones, an old TV show about forensic anthropology. I don't know if it's accurate. Nor do I. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gann will loan anyone $50? Even me!
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today?
Boss for a day.
So if it was like on a laptop keyboard, for instance, it would probably be fine as long as you sprayed lightly and didn't drench it. Okay. But they would spray luminol on machines or used Q-tip. Yeah, like Q-tip makes sense. That's actually a good point. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. Hold on. What's this? Oh, it's a map.
Okay, never mind. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. Like I spray cleaning fluid on my keyboard and it's fine because it's a light mist. Okay. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control of put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
Well, tell me about my boyfriend first. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry community right now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. I mean, there's also DL6. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Why? Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's a thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. I mean, you could.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprints?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. That's so loud. So the only locker we can open is our own. Oh, he has a picture of Maggie! I've never noticed that! Oh my god! That's so cute!
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handle, see? Someone touches it.
Zap! You get a shock.
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Alright. Where's my SL line? Yeah. Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? Well, because everyone's fucking connected to it, my guy. I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Loose ends? Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent? So it was a murder. A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, you see.
So that switchblade knife.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Okay, well, what else can I show you? Okay. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. Show that to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said.
I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice.
Don't you have like a school ID? That's Detective Good. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? He would love Face ID. If he could ever afford a phone that had it. Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. Down in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Skye to do such a thing? Oh, wait, I mean, sure. Of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. How about your little guy? This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. Art student Gumshoe. But art is always misunderstood, pal.
Art?
He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony. There were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the Blue Badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I toiled night and day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe. But I can see why they moved it. Oh. Allow me to say one thing. Speaking as a detective, if I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. Okay, you already said something about that. What about this? That's the photo Miss Star took. Anything you can tell us about it? That Miss Star is quite the lady. I remember it was winter. I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened.
16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in his high school too. What is he talking about? She's the only one who ever got to talk. What is he talking about there? What does that mean? What was he involved in when he was 16? Gumshoe lore? I've never seen that. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Right? Yeah, what the fuck is that? I hear the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What? What?
Why would Edgeworth have to come to the evidence room? You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, we haven't examined anything here yet.
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us.
There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Evil.
This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
It won't open.
Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Oh, hey, the fishing rod and the metal detector! Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is.
Ah, that's my personal pole! I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. Yeah. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. I know what that's for. I know. Well, I see the giant obvious things, but let's look at the other silly stuff first.
What is the saw and paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the blue badger? Well, you might say that this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room. Okay, before we get into the things that are truly relevant, I'm going to do a quick little break. I need to go to the bathroom and I need to get more water. So like 5 minutes, and then we'll continue the investigation and then be done. So be right back in like 5 minutes. Okay. I've retrieved hydration. I'm good. We're good. We can do this. Okay. I'm a little eepy.
Look, this one's open. And the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
You have to preserve the scene.
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Extremely thin. Okay.
Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
Will you stop? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there?
Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try putting it back together?
Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place.
I do love these kinds of puzzles, unfortunately.
Okay. Let's see. Let us see. That might be it. Let's try this one real fast. But can I? Okay. Okay. And then this. Let's see. I don't think it's that. I think it might be this one. Okay. Hell yeah. No, that's not quite it. Ooh, is this correct? I think that might actually be it, but let me just double check. Yeah, I think this has to be it. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I really like these kinds of puzzles. I know some people really hate this kind of shit. But I always really enjoyed, like, puzzles. I remember in high school, I had a friend who, they owned, 3D puzzles. And those were pretty cool. I think it has to be this. Yeah. And then we have you. And then we have you, and you have to be rotated. That is... Was that correct? Yippee!
Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still,
It doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I kind of understand how it got broken.
Unstable jar. Me! Oh no, I don't want to move. I want to examine. Because there is one more large friend right here. What's this? Blood!
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in this room?
We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Ooh. That's a lot of blood. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien?
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plan.
Oh, I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you should have asked. Nothing over here? Really? Well, obviously there's this.
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint.
What? What's the matter? Oh, what's the matter, detective?
This locker, it's mine.
It's yours.
Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? I'll defend you, are you kidding? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective.
And he's still correct, Emma. Oh, hello.
Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This might just be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give them my report for the day. I know him. Très bien. It might help, you know.
Report? Do you mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. It's really interesting how both, like, in, less so in this case, but definitely in the last one, where Phoenix and Gumshoe both think they're doing the best thing for Edgeworth, but it's, like, completely different things. And it kind of leads into, like, or it kind of shows, like, Phoenix is a little delulu. He, like, hasn't met Edgeworth and, like, known him as long as Detective Gumshoe has. Like, Detective Gumshoe is around him all the time as an adult. Phoenix has this, like, perceived opinion of him from childhood. And it's not necessarily wrong. It's just that, like, I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Yeah, we can leave. We want to go here, and then we want to go... Yippee! Yippee! Oh! Ah, guess my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Oh.
Right.
He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? District prosecutor's office?
Yeah, whatever. I didn't say that with the right. Whatever.
Shh. I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me, somehow.
The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
I laugh, but it's so sad. Will Hugh say anything new about this?
Hey, a chessboard.
Okay, yeah, it's the same. Okay. I am gonna just present everything to you, always.
Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea.
I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner.
Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Aw. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No conversations. No being silly. Come on, Edgeworth, just be silly with me, please. Why won't you be silly with me? Your life would be so much better if you learned how to be silly more often. Oh. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna fast forward through this. Okay.
I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right?
It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in.
You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. That's really sad. Like, this person, so from Edgeworth's point of view, this is so sad, right? Because it's like, this person that was your best friend when you were younger, you run into them again, and you know you've changed. And you like, know all the ways that you've changed and how, like, terrible you've become. And then, he, like, it's like, okay, just as you're starting to feel safe around this person that you once felt safe around, they dredge up, like, the worst memory of your life. And so now this person that you thought was safe is now associated with something that makes you feel extremely unsafe. It's very sad to think about, like, him having that association briefly, however briefly. Like, I feel like that's probably why he did not want Phoenix on the case. He didn't want to associate this person that he had a good association with this very... Can my frames stop dropping? He didn't want him associated with this nightmare, right? Okay, you know what? Are we done being silly? Are the frame drops done for now? So I can continue on my way. Hopefully it's not affecting your guys' experience. Especially because I was just fast forwarding through all that. Yosh, okay. So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat the communications error during the investigation.
What is happening? Why are we seeing it 0? What's happening? What happened? Okay. Why are we freaking out? Are we good? Bullet, are you cool? Hold on. I'm gonna, reset my, network adapter, or the, yeah. Okay. Are we good? Did we chillax? Or what? Okay. It's always on a fucking Friday.
Concealing evidence?
Yes. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. This time. Again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However,
Something happened?
they gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still,
Wow. I've never seen him this out of sorts. Except for, I don't know, maybe like 2 months ago.
the SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant.
That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then.
He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why a Deputy Chief of Police was on the investigation.
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed.
Wait, you didn't.
Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully.
Okay, what haven't I shown you yet? Did I show you this? Okay, what about this? Do you know anything about this? Oh, right. I better check this now.
As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less.
The chief of police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago.
What case is that? AI-16? Okay.
He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office.
But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed.
The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it.
Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you were still studying forensic science.
Huh? Yes, of course! Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this.
Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints.
It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved.
Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Phoenix. He's opening up to you.
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. There were 2, in fact. Do you have anything to say about this? Damn it. What about this?
Why won't you be silly with me, please?
What about this? Okay, wait though. If you really have nothing to say about this, I'm gonna be so sad. Really? Ugh. Like... Edgeworth, why won't you be silly with me? Be silly with me. Be silly with me! Oh, you're so... It's like pulling teeth over here. Alright. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, everybody's like gone. They all went home. Mm. My earbuds keep falling out because I keep smiling and then that forces them out of my ears. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, and this blood on the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. We should use it on both of them. There were 2 handprints, my guys.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger.
It would be this one.
Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
With the A button, doy. See?
Ah, it looks like it did that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow it away the excess.
Huh? How do I do that?
With the X button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though.
It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
I guess I'd better give it a try. This is... On Wednesday, we were making a bunch of cocaine-related jokes. Now I'm thinking about that again.
Aha! You did it! You found one!
But this looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left his handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here.
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. Well, while we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely, there's a little one. Yeah. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well.
I was looking at that.
Let's see if we can find a clear print.
Fingerprints outside the blood. And there's this friend right here. I don't even remember the jokes that we were making. Oh no, it was, I was going downtown and I saw 2 gentlemen smoking crack out of a pipe. And I was like, wow, I haven't seen that since New York. Kind of, it's weirdly nostalgic. Strange the things that can make you feel nostalgic.
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling! Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
Well, that would be the man it belonged to. Mr. Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. That's what I'm saying. That one was way more suspicious. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Here. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right?
Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this?
There go her eyes sparkling again. Check for the prints, yo. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me!
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. I feel like this one maybe is the strongest. Oh. I see. I understand what they meant now. When I played Apollo Justice and Investigations 1, I played them on DS, and this part is really fun on DS, just like frantically tapping the screen. I feel like the 3DS screen is a little more fragile, or at least mine is. I gave it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be good enough for any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
So... Don't drop frames again, please. Be nice. Yeah. Yeah, the stuff in Apollo Justice was fun. It's less fun on the Switch. It's like less satisfying. Whew. Aha! Ooh, they've got like a, oh, what the fuck is that called? The whorl in the middle is like stretched. I forget what that specific kind of print is called. I remember learning it like a long time ago. Okay. So you've got a stretched whorl, but it's not yours. You've got something else completely. Ooh! You've got a stretched whorl. That looks very similar. Okay. I just want to see. Okay. Hey, these fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh. Oh.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain.
But why would Officer Marshall?
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
Wow. Okay, that is enough for today. Sunday I will not be streaming. But I will try to stream on Wednesday. I'll do my best. Even if it's not Ace Attorney, I will do something. I'll do my best to do something. Otherwise, Friday we'll meet again. Yeah, the next 2 Sundays I won't be streaming. For Fata Morty related reasons. But yeah, until then. Dropping frames, that's fine. You know what? Alright, that's the sign. We gotta go then. Okay. We done? We done with the frame dropping? Okay. You know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Thanks for hanging out. If you can donate to Care for Gaza or another similar organization, please do. You know, sign against COSA. Sign against removing the U.S. from the UN. All that good stuff, if you can. And if not, or regardless of that, really, I'll see you when I see you. Have a good day, night, whatever. Bye!